Hello, so I get so many comments on YouTube and also on Instagram asking where something is from, whether I've shown myself using it with the rats or you've seen something randomly in my house. I get so many comments like that, and I always try to mention when I first show something in a video where I've got it from, but of course I've made so many videos at this point that you're not always going to watch all of them, so I just thought it might be helpful to answer some of those most common questions where I've got my rat supplies from, dog supplies from, random things you've seen me using in my house. I just thought it would be interesting and hopefully helpful to compile that into one video and just go around and show you where I've got things from. So I asked if you had any questions where I've got certain things from. I'll try to categorise this into rat supplies, mouse supplies, dog supplies, reptile stuff if there is any, and then also just like miscellaneous stuff that I use in my house or like supplies for me that you might have seen at some point. So let's start with the rat stuff. So where did you get nice coloured Sputniks? I can't find any large enough. So I also had this struggle. I really wanted a brown Sputnik. Most places don't let you pick the colours. Two places I know that do. Rat Rations allow you to pick the top colour and also the bottom colour as well. I think mine though, that's just brown. I bought this from Rat Warehouse, I'm pretty sure. Your favourite rat cage foraging toys and the things you fill them with. So I'd say I've got two main favourites that are a bit different to each other, both of which I do sell in my store, which is bogglebuddies.com. The first one is kind of like a bamboo texture that you can lift the flaps and put the food inside. This I just put in their main mix, and that's really good. It can really fill up easily with their daily food, and I mostly use it for that. I'd say my second one is a foraging wheel, either the one that I sell in my store, there's like a big acrylic one. This I don't tend to put their main mix in as much, just because it is really difficult to fill this. I mostly put in treats. Again, I sell the treats that I use in this on my store. They're like yogurt drops or like berry button type things. Or if you want one that is a bit smaller, I also have a foraging wheel that I really love that is from Print-A-Lot on Etsy. There was a few people wanting to know where the big wooden castle that I use during the Rats Free Roam is from. This was actually gifted to me to show in a video about 9 months ago, I think, by a brand on Etsy called Petsgang. I'll link their Etsy in the description. I actually had them custom make this size because it was supposed to be for like guinea pigs and rabbits, and it was just going to be way too big, so this is like the scaled down rat version. The dust extracted hay you use for the rats, I also use it for the mice as well. This you don't have to buy one this expensive. You can just get any dust extracted hay that's a bit more like yellowy brown in colour. I just kind of like the fact this one is so green and it really smells good. So the brand is called Science Selective. I do get this from my wholesaler that I use to buy like all of my products for my store, but they do sell this on Amazon, and I'll leave the Amazon link in the description. I've had a lot of questions asking ever since I first showed this when I used it, I think to rescue a guinea pig, where my big like brown rat carrier is from. This I got given secondhand by my friend that also got given it secondhand, so I guess it's like third hand at this point. I believe it's an Italian brand, so you might not be able to get it as easily. Can't remember for the life of me what it's called, but I'll put the brand name on screen just in case you do want one, because this carrier is very unique and very strange how it opens, but I do like the way it looks. Okay, so this one is a big one. Your rat cage supplies just in general. I can't find them on Amazon, it's very limited. Yes, it's going to be. Most things on Amazon aren't really the suitable size for rats, or that great when it comes to rats. Much better for like smaller animals, I found. Most of my supplies in my cage at the moment are either from my store, which is bogglebuddies.com, or from Ratccessories. Most of like the smaller chew toys are from Ratccessories that I do also sell in my store as well. I've also got a Tic Tac wheel in there. Some things years ago were from Scarlett's Parrot Essentials. I don't really shop there anymore though, and also places like Northern Parrot. And then there's a few things in there from Rustic Ratties, so a bit of a mix of like smaller businesses that you're not going to find on Amazon, some like handmade items, and also mostly online bird stores. Oh yes, so the bamboo bridge that you used that was from a garden centre, which one, and can you please sell them? I can try and maybe stock this in my store in the future, but it's pretty much just bamboo roll or bamboo edging if you type this in. This was one thing that was from Amazon, and it's pretty much the perfect length to go across the entire rat cage, so that's not really intended for rats, but it works really, really well. My sister wants to know where you get your naturalistic rat hammocks from. Hope you're well, thank you. So pretty much all, if not all of my hammocks at this point are from Pepperporah. I've had other hammocks and tried other hammocks with the rats, and they just haven't survived. These are so thick and so well made, they don't really chew them. I've had some of them for years at this point and they're still perfectly intact, so she is always my first choice for hammocks. I don't think she's making them as often as she used to, specifically with custom orders, but she is going to be my first choice when it comes to getting new hammocks in the future. Somebody wants to know where I got the natural coloured ropes that are in my rat cage. I've got a good couple of these in the cage, and these are actually from my store, bogglebuddies.com. These are like the perfect size. I sell the XL size. They're like the perfect size to wind around and go around a rat cage. So those are on my own store. Oh, somebody wants to know where I got my water bottle clips from. These have been such a lifesaver. Those metal ones that most water bottles come with are just a nightmare. It's so hard getting the water bottle on and off all the time. So these are like a paracord texture. Definitely recommend. I can't remember off the top of my head what the store was actually called. I think it was something to do with rabbits or something, but there's many on Etsy, so I'll try to find that in my orders and list it in the description. The paste you give your rats as a treat. So this is called malt paste. You can get this in pet stores or on Amazon. I do sell this in my store, which is bogglebuddies.com. Apparently there's a shortage of this right now. I can't get a hold of any, no one else can get a hold of any. Apparently it's going to be fixed very soon, so should hopefully be back in stock some point in the next month or so, hopefully. The varnish you use for your wooden toys. This is called Yacht Varnish. You can buy off-brand versions in Wilko, I think. The brand that I use is called Johnson's, I'm fairly sure, and this you can get on Amazon in like a smaller tub or a bigger tub, and I'll link that in the description. Where did you get the spiral rope from? This one I've had for a good couple of years. I think this was either from Northern Parrots or Scarlett's Parrot Essentials back when I used to shop with them. Can't remember which one, but it's definitely something aimed at birds, so it's probably from a bird related website. I would really like to know where you get your cat tree from. I would really like to get one for my rats. So this again is something that was gifted to me I think last year, the year before, by a brand that sells theirs on Amazon. So I'll link that in the description if I can find the same one. But there are so many different types of cheap, reasonably priced big cat trees on eBay and Amazon that are all very similar. Where do you get your rat/rodent food from? So my mouse food is from Rat Rations, and it's going to continue being because there's not that many places online selling a good quality mix for mice. I did used to make my own mixes, but I don't have the time or energy for that anymore. I did also used to buy my rat food until very recently from Rat Rations as well, but when I was comparing it to how much I paid in my last order, it has gone up a fair bit. So my friend also sells her own mix on her website called Ratsessories, and it works out about £10–20 cheaper. So I'm gonna go where it's cheaper, and it's also just exactly the same quality. So that I now buy from Ratsessories, but I still get my mouse food from Rat Rations. Any good mouse enrichment toys? Yes, so I do sell a couple of enrichment toys on my store that are foraging toys that are going to be suitable and a good size for mice, and that is bogglebuddies.com. But my favourite ever foraging toys for them have to be the ones made by Print-A-Lot. They're just so cute and tiny and dainty, and they're just perfect. So that would be my #1 recommendation. Obviously I've got to give a shout out to my own store, but Print-A-Lot has my heart when it comes to mouse foraging toys. They're just so good. So again, that will be in the description. Ooh, cork clogs. Where do you get the ones that you got for the mice? So I bought cork clogs from very different places online. I bought some from eBay that were crazily priced, but I just wanted them because they were a cool shape. But when it comes to average looking, fairly decently sized, fairly priced cork clogs, my go-to is Zooplus. they're always a really good size and quality, so that's where I get most of my court plugs from. I don't tend to shop on Zooplus too much anymore because their small pet selection is quite lacking, I found, but when I need court clogs, that is my go-to. Somebody wants to know where I got the mouse mushroom hide, the white and beige one. This was from Asda, and it's actually supposed to be a candle tea light holder, and now is the right time to buy things like that because there are so many ceramic mushrooms and that kind of style in the shops at the moment because it's starting to get all of their like autumn, fall decorations in. Candle tea light holders are a very cheap alternative version to buying overpriced ceramic hides in the pet store. Okay, this one has a couple that I've kind of already answered, so I'll just pick the ones that I haven't mentioned. Where do you get your sprays from? Most of my sprays I just get from my store. I sell 2 different types that are pre-packaged that are natural. So there's a smaller package and then a bigger package that I sell on my store, bogglebuddies.com. I do also have some sprays from NZ Paws, but I last checked and they don't seem to have any on their website, so I'm not sure if they're still selling them or not. And then where are my platforms from? Most of the platforms in my mouse enclosures are either kind of like DIY objects, so wooden files from IKEA, or I also have a fair few wooden platforms from Accessories. And then what do you use to hold up the water bottles? So for this I use industrial Velcro. I get mine from eBay. You can probably also find this on Amazon or like in a local hardware store. Where did you get all of your terracotta items from? So most of them are from garden centres. I've got a big one in the mouse enclosure that I get so many questions about. This one I think is supposed to be for strawberries and growing strawberries. This I got from Asda, but most garden centres I'll buy terracotta pots or planters that have holes in. Those are really good. And then the ones that are shaped like houses, or the harvest mice also have one that's like a log shape. These are by the brand Trixie. I got them from a local pet store, but if you look online, search Trixie terracotta house or terracotta hide, it should come up. Where did you get your cleanup crew for your snail? I did this back when I first did the enclosure and they've been breeding very well since, so not had to buy any since then. I'm pretty sure I ordered my springtails and also my giant orange isopods from Northampton Reptile Centre online, I think. Okay, a couple of questions about where I got certain things for River from. The first one is her training vest. This I basically just put on her when I'm trying to train her and I don't want people constantly trying to touch her. So this is her first ever little vest and it's so cute. And this was made for us by Maple Leaf Gear, and they're actually another assistance dog team, and they came to visit River when she was very tiny and play with her, and it was very cute. So that is where that was from. Where did you get River's collar and tag? So her collar and also her lead are from a brand called My.Porchella. So good. You can customize everything down to like the colour of the buckles, the like speckling you can have on it. Everything is customized, so she actually needs the next size up. I'm going to be doing a repeat order of her collar because I love it so much. Her tag, this one's a tricky one because I did buy it from Etsy and I went back to find this because someone else asked me where I got it from and I can't see the order at all or find the store, so I think they might have disappeared. I'm not really sure. Can't even find a confirmation email, so I'm sorry but I can't help you on that one. Where is the little sign next to your harvest mouse enclosure from? This I got from a garden centre in Rutland, I think, which isn't going to be much help if you're not from around this area. I've seen them all over the country. Their designs are on mugs and tea towels. They're fairly common. They do like Highland cows and things like that, so I will go and have a look on the back and tell you the name of the artist because I'm fairly sure and fairly certain you can probably order this online too. A good amount of you wanted to know where I got the family portrait from that's in my hallway. This I got recently for my boyfriend's birthday and it's a picture of me, him, Hubble and also River. This I got from an artist on Etsy called Delightful Art Shop. He is so helpful when it comes to making changes and he's also really reasonably priced, so I will link his Etsy in the description. I'm curious about your filming and or picture taking gear, camera, lenses, tripods, editing software, etc. So right now I'm filming on my Canon G7X Mark II. Most YouTubers tend to use this because It's quick, it's easy, it's small. I did used to film on my big like DSLR camera, which is like an old Canon 650D, I think. Now I just use that mostly to take pictures, like proper pictures when I can be bothered. I did buy a new lens for that recently, which has kind of made me start using it again. I was just using the lens that it came with for years. That is a 50mm, I think, lens I got from Amazon. It's not a Canon one, it's just like a cheaper knockoff version, and it seems okay. In terms of everything else, I've got it right now on a big tripod from Amazon that says Polam Photo, and I also recently bought a smaller handheld one. I did have one before that broke. This one is really good, it's kind of interchangeable. I can use it with my phone and also my camera, so that's good. That's also from Amazon. In terms of editing, I edit most of my pictures and take most of my pictures on my phone, and I use the Lightroom app to do that. And then when it comes to editing my videos, I use Premiere Pro. Someone said, where is your lipstick from? I love your lipstick. This one I tend to wear in most videos. I've got so many different lipsticks that I just don't feel like suit my face very well. I'm editing my video and I'm like, I wish I just worn the one that I always wear instead. And I've tried many different makeup brands when it comes to lipsticks and like lip glosses. This one is from Primark, I know, but it works. So that is it for this video. I hope it helps. If you've ever wondered where anything that I commonly use is from, I'm gonna go because it is the temperature of the sun in here and my fringe is sticking to my forehead. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!